What's up guys, this is TCG Sam here, and in today's video I got a pure Shaddolls Duel video for you guys against Eldritch Synchro, and just a note that this was filmed before the September ban list, so I don't play any cards that are affected by the ban list in my deck, but I played against the Eldritch Synchro deck that was using Jet Synchron. But I think that just goes to show that how powerful this deck can really be, because it can still compete with the top decks even when Halki Fibrax was at full power. So yeah, anyways, there's not much to say about this list. It is pretty much pure Shaddolls. There's no invoked cards, there's no Dogmatika cards. Like I put in Dragoon because Dragoon is just so powerful. Like honestly, this card is just insane. And it works really well in Shaddolls because you can easily get 2 monsters on the board for Anaconda. And Anaconda also serves a dual purpose in this deck because it can actually send your other fusion spells to the graveyard and apply those effects. But yeah, pretty standard lists so far. Just note that the inclusion of 3 super polymerization. This card is really good this format because of Anaconda and Dragoon. It easily outs Dragoon. And just to know, your deck has inherent outs to Dragoon in like Schism and Super Poly, so Dragoon isn't that big of a problem. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's get into the duel. Alright, so getting into the duel, I lose the die roll, so I'm forced to go second, and I'm playing against Eldritch Synchro with the Jet Synchron engine. So going second, my hand is not bad. I have a fusion play, and Red Eyes Fusion. It's not super great to draw, but it could be worse. Super Polymerization is quite good though, because I'm able to make some plays and break his board. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward it because this is the standard Jet Synchron combo. He's gonna end on True King of all Calamities instead of the Borreload Savage and Herald, which is kind of scary because that does shut me off for a turn, no matter what I do, unless I draw Impermanence or something. But yeah, he gets 2 draws off Arcuthus, opens the Deer Servant as well, so his hand was pretty insane. Gets Ecclesia, specials Ecclesia, adds Fleur de Lis. I'm not sure. I guess he already hard drew Punishment, which he did. And end phase he just adds another Ecclesia and sets up all his back rows. So he has Edalix, Sanguine, Golden Land, Punishment, Calamities, Imperm, Fleur de Lis, and Ecclesia for next turn. And I'm just gonna show you guys why Shaddolls are actually so powerful, because we actually end up winning this game. I'm gonna show you guys how. So here it was probably best for me to activate Red Eyes Fusion, because he's definitely using True King of Calamities for sure, right? If I stick Red Eyes Fusion, Red Eyes Dragoon on board, then at least I have a play for next. At least I have some presence for next turn. But I also didn't want to put anything on the board right away because I needed a punishment, of course, and a way to pop it. Although, like, I'm not sure what I was thinking at the time, because Red Eyes Dragoon can't be struck by card effects. I decided to normal Hedgehog and hope he doesn't activate Calamities, but I think it was too easy of a read to make that I had Super Poly or something. So yeah, I definitely should have Red Eyes Fusion, set the Hedgehog, set the Polymerization in El Shaddol, and then I pretty much be in such a good spot from there. So I normal Hedgehog, he chains Calamities. That was a blunder on my part. I definitely should have just activated Red Eyes Fusion, and stick a Dragoon on board. Even though I can't use his effects, I at least have presence for the next turn. But yeah, I'm just gonna set El Shaddol Fusion and Super Poly. I'm surprised that actually didn't cost me the game considering the situation this was. But yeah, anyways, end phase he goes Sanguine, and yeah, he just passes over. And another mistake I made here, I definitely should have Super Poly'd in the draw phase before he had a chance to use Calamities, because if he used Calamities, like, my turn was just kind of done, because I really needed the advantage from the Hedgehog to make an app clone play with the Wendy and the El Shaddol Fusion. So yeah, that's another mistake I made. Luckily he doesn't, because obviously it doesn't make sense for him to. He tries to make do more damage with Fleur de Lis, but I activate Super Poly when he activates it. I was thinking of making a winda here, but I figured winda would just get like too easily destroyed by something, so I just decided to make Starving Venom instead, which is definitely the better choice. Because Starving Venom, first of all, I bait out, first of all, I quote-unquote bait out the Fleur de Lis negate, because if I summon winda, you're just going to negate it anyways. But the thing is, it's really big, and second of all, if he kills it, I'm able to destroy his whole board. And effect of Hedgehog gets me Skomata, so I have a app clone / winda play if I still want to with the El Shaddol Fusion. So So then he thinks for a while, and he still decides to clear my board for some reason. I guess he just wanted to get out off the field. Summons Eldritch in defense, and end phase at Huaquero. So he has Huaquero, Punishment, Conquistador still, with an Ash Blossom as well, I might add. So it's really good for him still. But anyways, we were able to fusion into Apclone, negate Lord to chain block Squamata and Wendy. Here I make another misplay. I believe I send a Hedgehog off of Squamata, which is a really big mistake because I already used this effect this turn. So I definitely should have just sent like you can make an argument for Shaddolls Beast, or you can make an argument for Shaddolls Dragon to destroy the punishment, which I could 99% guess was here because he didn't search it with Ecclesia, because I know what the other two are. I definitely should have Dragoned or Beast. So yeah, another misplay there. But and I even draw Dark Magician for turn. So like here it looks like we're in a really terrible spot, right? But however, I'm able to use Juggler to get Trick Clown to get some advantage. And then I'm able to activate. I just decided to go straight up for Red Eyes Fusion because I figured I didn't grab the controller into something else was not worth it, and I just need to stick the Dragoon on board. He actually ashes it. So like so you see here we're in such a bad spot, but like the power of Shaddolls is just insane. So Shaddolls Beast, draw 2, discard the Dark Magician that was dead in my hand. I just set a Shaddolls and actually just pass it over to him here, and I'm actually able to do that without dying because like even though he destroys my stuff, I'm able to use Apclone's effect to search what's it called, a Schism to my hand, and discard the Trick Clown, and he just banishes Shaddolls Fusion. Normal's Ecclesia doesn't use this effect, but I have Shaddolls Incarnation to kind of just block all 3 attacks because Apclone can't be destroyed by battle. No point, I negate the Ecclesia so I can kill it later. Foolish Burial baits out another Ash Blossom, but I have Mathematician, so that's just as good. Mathematician sends Squamata, send Beast. Beast, I was just hoping to draw into maybe a fusion spell or something. I draw into Shaddolls Wendy, not the best, but it'll have to do. El Shaddolls Apclone, I decide to ultimately crash with Lord, even though I know he can send stuff away to get it back. I just wanted to get it off the field. Mathematician, crashed with Ecclesia, so I get a draw with Mathematician. Pretty standard plays here, I think. The next bit just showcases how powerful Schism is. Like, you see my graveyard is fully loaded. I have like no fusion spells in my hand. I'm kind of low on resources, but Schism's just gonna get me so much with like with another Apclone, or I can even make it El Shaddolls Construct, which is huge to like because I have the Clown engraved. So yeah, you guys are just gonna see how good this is. He pops the Apclone. Apclone effects, gets an El Shaddolls Fusion. I send Wendy. Wendy summons Aerial face down because I'm able to banish stuff with Schism later, or I can rush Shaddolls Incarnation right now to banish stuff. And in main phase, I decide to Shaddolls Schism, banishing Apclone and Trick Clown because I want to summon Apclone back with Aerial. El Shaddolls Construct hits the field. The main reason why I did that was Schism needed to send Lord. Construct sends Hedgehog, which adds Squamata for El Shaddolls Fusion for next turn. And yeah, end phase he's just forced to set a Sanguine. So like now he's just in a really bad spot. He's only been drawing hand traps. Like you saw at the beginning how he had like the full setup and how we were able to slowly chip away at it and eventually slowly start coming out on top. So what I do, normal Squamata, Schism, Spanish, summon Winda. At this point, I kind of goof. I kind of forget that Construct can't attack directly either because it was summoned by Schism. But no matter. I did. The reason I didn't flip the Aerial was because I was saving it for its effect to banish. But like, I could have just flipped it, attacked for 1,000 more, and then fused it away. So that's another misplay on my part. It's my fault. I'm able to summon another Construct. So I get all 3 effects, and Aerial's gonna banish his Conquistador, his Lord, and his Link Rebo. So like those are huge pieces in his graveyard. Without a Lord, only 1 Lord in circulation with the Sanguine, it's not gonna be much you can do. So he just scoops it up there, and Construct was getting back Resh in the graveyard, so I would just have further grind potential. So yeah, that's it for game 1. We actually win that after that amazing start you guys saw. Like, once again, it just goes to show how strong this deck really is. So going second, I open evenly, really good. Open Imperm as well if he opens the Jet Synchron combo, but he doesn't. He just opens kind of a standard Eldritch hand with like he draws O-line, which sucks for him. So yeah, my imperm isn't actually gonna do much, but he sets a bunch of back row. So Conquistador, Sanguine, and Huaquero, and then he gets the Lord back, sets a golden land forever, which is kind of unfortunate because I figured no one would really play this, so even would be really good. But no matter, we're able to bait it out with evenly. Just go battle phase, evenly it. He negates it obviously. Main phase 2, Shaddoll Mathematician first. I kind of want to try to bait out Ash if he has it in his hand because I really need this Shaddoll fusion to resolve. But I think it turns out okay. I'm able to Mathematician send Hedgehog add fusion. Hedgehog add Squamata. And then activate fusion, fusing away the effect veiler. This is why this is really good. You should definitely play. I think about playing effect veiler in your deck. Maybe gammas over imperms if you guys can't afford imperms. But you just need some ways to negate Anaconda and have light targets. So like, yeah, this was really fortunate I drew the Veiler because I'm able to summon Construct now. Another note, Construct definitely should have been in the extra monster zone. A general tip I have with Shaddolls is if you're not planning to instantly link away your fusions, you just definitely stick them in the extra monster zone, especially Construct, because Construct can essentially quote-unquote search a Shaddolls spell or trap by sending it to the graveyard, linking it away for Gravity Controller, and then adding whatever you sent back. So like I could have sent a Resh, I could have sent a Schism, all of that. Yeah, slight misplay on my part. Another thing, in this case it doesn't really matter because I still I can easily just make Anaconda here if I wanted to. Wendy, summon Beast, set Beast, and then I set Imperm. I don't recall why I remember why I didn't choose Anaconda, because I knew he had Conquistador. So yeah, so I just keep this on board because if I make Anaconda, he's just gonna destroy it and I lose a lot of advantage, because Mathematician is actually quite huge, and it's exactly the same attack as the Yugioh, which can clear it. And if they kill it, they just give me so much advantage with that draw. Like, I know it doesn't seem like much, but like I just get so much advantage off of this one Mathematician and so much steam. And even just keeping Construct on board isn't all that bad, because his Eldritch, unless it's summoned with its own effect, is not going to be able to get over it. So yeah, end phase, he Sanguines obviously, summons his guy, Huaquero, banishes Schism. Conquistador is going to pop my Construct, add back Shaddolls Fusion. So yeah, all I have is an impermanent set. And yeah, it's just his turn. He top decks the tuning, which is very unfortunate on my part. Grabs Jet Synchron, normals it, makes Halki Fibrax. I choose not to negate it because I figure if I negate it, he's still able to make Auroradon and Link Cross with that, because he has Jet Synchron in grave, which he still hasn't used yet. Thankfully, he draws O-Line. But yeah, I decided to imperm the Link Cross so he can't do Synchro shenanigans, because his levels are weird, right? He has level 5 and level 2. I don't think he plays any level 7 Synchros. He links them into Barricade Board Blocker, gets the token, makes Auroradon, and doesn't use his effect very smartly, doesn't. And now he's able to just get Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker gains 3,000 attack. Pops my whole board. I draw with Beast. Nothing really there. Sends Huaquero to summon back Lord and 5,300 access code or just game. So game 3, I'm going first. This hand doesn't look super great. All I have is an app clone, but I'm just gonna show you guys the power of what one app clone can do. Pretty much, I set a Beast, send a Beast because I really want to draw my side deck cards or a hand trap or something. I draw a Regional Wendy, which is not that great honestly, but like even then I'm still able to do stuff because I can normal that monster and then link App Clone and Wendy into an Anaconda. Thankfully for me, opens no hand traps. App Clone effect gets Schism discard Hedgehog gets Squamata. So yeah, pretty much if you have an App Clone and a normal summon, you're able to end on Anaconda with Dragoon and a Schism play for Winda. So Dragoon Winda is pretty strong off of just like one App Clone, which is pretty insane actually. I send Fusion send the two guys, summon Dragoon, and now you guys are about to see how strong Dragoon really is. So the thing here I was thinking of doing was shotgunning El Shaddol on Anaconda and a Beast to get a draw so I can save the Skomata for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking, but either way, it doesn't matter because I just need any card in my hand for Dragoon to negate, and it's pretty hard for him to do anything because considering his hand right here, even though he has Jet Synchron, like the rest of his hand probably won't help him. I decided not to negate Eldland because I remember that Eldritch can't targets my guy, so you can't actually out Dragoon with it. He Eldritches one of my random back rows, hits the Schism, so I decided to shotgun Schism here. Also, maybe it was a misplay on my part. I should have Schism preemptively and just negated the Eldland with Apple. I'm pretty sure I should have done that because I have a winda play regardless, and I feel like sticking double winda on the board isn't that necessary against Eldritch, so it's definitely a slight misplay on my part. I should have shotgun Schism as soon as he activated this and Apple negate it, because like then now he gets an extra trap engraved, which is just really bad for me, and he gets access to Eldritch, so that was another misplay on my part. I kind of goofed a little, my fault, but he has Ecclesia. I decide to chain here since he already committed to Ecclesia special summon. I get my beast draw one. I get my beast to draw Sanctum, which is pretty nice because I sided in Scythe against this matchup. Although I wasn't too sure if I really should have. In hindsight, I took out Super Polymerizations because although in hindsight I think Super Polys would have been a little better. So that was another misstep on my part. As you guys can see, I'm definitely not playing perfectly. Yet this deck is still doing so well. Like once again, which just goes to show how strong this deck is. Like if I played optimally, like this game probably should have just been over if I just negated the Eldland. But of course, hindsight is 2020. So he has Huaquero, Punishment, and yeah, I actually decided not to negate anything this turn. Perhaps I should have negated the Ecclesia, but I just really felt like no matter what he added, I didn't really care. So yeah, just maybe saving it for like some other. I don't know what I was saving it for, but point is like I keep the hand advantage, so I'm able to keep using Dragoon. And now Dragoon's effective burn is just really huge because I get his Ecclesia off the board, so his Fleur-de-Lis is dead. And yeah, he tries to think, he thinks about it, but lets it go. And at this point, it's important to remember Apclone can't attack directly because it was summoned off Schism. I just decided to normal Skomata, and yeah, at this point, I don't know what this card is really, but like I figured if he just blocks with Huaquero, I'll be able to do a lot of damage, and I'll just negate whatever this is. I assumed it was like an Imperm or something, but he activates Punishment. I'm forced to negate that with Dragoon. He takes the damage from Skomata, takes the damage from Winda. I attack with Dragoon for game, but he summons Huaquero. And then the crazy thing about Dragoon is like you can pop twice, which is just insane. And his like destroy effect doesn't even target, which is like so crazy. This card is insane, man. Like you guys saw how much impact this one card had on this duel. I'm just able to I choose not to attack it. He thinks I attack it, but Mayface 2 I just use Dragoon effect for game. Not much he can do there, and he's just kind of forced to scoop it up. And yeah, he scoops it up. I win the duel. So yeah, honestly, this pure Shaddolls has been crazy. Who'd have thought? Like you don't even need stuff like in the Invoked engine or the Dogmatika engine. I feel like it's a worthwhile investment to get Dragoon. Like I know Dragoon is expensive, but like I feel like Dragoon is just so huge. In this, as you guys saw in this duel, how much impact it really had. Like first of all, it did like over half his life points and like pretty much just burn damage, and then I negated like a punishment, which is just huge. And he has such a hard time outing it too. When paired with something like Winda, which is already oppressive enough in Shaddolls, like this is pretty much just like unbreakable. Like obviously Dark Ruler and Forbidden Droplets, but like you know, more or less Winda, Dragoon, like they're crazy. And with cards like Shaddolls Schism giving you such a great grind game, and Apclones and Constructs, all the Shaddolls effects just give you such good grind games. So against now, like in the September 2020 meta, I feel like the game's gonna slow down slightly. Although Hulky Firebrax is definitely still viable, there's gonna be quite a bit more control decks, more Dogmatikas, more Eldritch, I would assume. Definitely less Adamantimators and less Hulky Firebrax decks. But a few combo decks in the meta, but like even then, your Shaddolls deck is still really good against control decks because of the grind game. Stuff like Apclone alone is just so hard to out because it can't be short by battle, and it permanently negates something, so it negates like a floodgate. or like Elden or something, which is just absolutely insane. I know I've rambled on quite a bit, and I apologize for that. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the video. Maybe you guys learned something new. But whatever. Hopefully you guys just enjoyed the video. Please, if you liked the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated to keep growing the channel. And just to note, we are almost at 250 subscribers, and that is a really huge milestone for me. I have a special video for that coming out when I hit 250, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you soon. If you guys want the cheapest Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the market in Canadian dollars with free shipping to Canada, then be sure to check out my eBay page in the description below.